Roger Federer is no stranger to succumbing to advertisers' demands. Photo, Getty, Matt Butler 21 minutes Tuesday, February 5, 2019. Poor Roger Federer. The man, widely regarded as the world's greatest tennis player in history, is only 7 months into his deal with clothing giants Uniqlo, and they have already made him look an absolute plum. The Swiss player is no stranger to toe-curling advertising campaigns, of course. We are of course talking about the man who donned a ghastly, preppy cardigan or an off-white blazer to wear on his center-court walk-ons during Wimbledon in the noughties, because Nike told him to. But his latest foray into salesmanship raises the face palm bar way higher than a garment which combines technologically advanced fabric and large, easy-to-close buttons. Way higher. The video is below if you don't believe us. This 30-second masterpiece cum car crash opens with the great man standing at a piano in a well-appointed house. Impeccably tended garden. An impeccably tended garden can be glimpsed out the window, and the fittings are in various shades of pale cream. Federer is clad in jeans of an 80s hue and a khaki green shirt. It then cuts to a close-up of his face, caked in production makeup. "I could only think of tennis and nothing else when I first started," he says, before playing the opening bars to Prelude No. 1 to Well-Tempered Clavier by Johann Sebastian Bach. Really? The 20-time Grand Slam winner can play Bach. "Once I began taking time for myself," he continued over the music, "that's when I truly started winning. My time off the court is just as important as my time on. Because tennis is just the beginning of my story. I am just getting started," which on first listening is all great, until you remember that a career in the resolutely individual activity that is tennis could be seen as the epitome of taking time for myself. And that the guy has a wife and 2 sets of twins, none of whom would be all that impressed to hear that I'm indoors is looking out for No. 1 now that he is dialing back on the tennis. Authentic jeans, and then comes the clincher. The evidence that in return for the reported 10-year, $300 million deal with Uniqlo, Federer gave up his soul, shrink-wrapped and shiny, on a purple velvet cushion. The music stops. "My life, my jeans," Federer adds, surely weeping inside. Authentic jeans with all-day comfort. We are also left shedding a tear of laughter, as well as thinking that Novak Djokovic never had to do anything as bad as this in his 6 years wearing Uniqlo. It is not the acting that is bad. We already knew that Federer can't act, from his interactions with that weird coach intruder in the advert for Nike to the blatantly false half-smile in the Gillette one. It is just that he doesn't actually seem to be acting. He is trying to sound earnest. To think that Federer has over 9 years remaining on his deal. What will they make him do next? Mowing the lawn? Boiling eggs? Reclining in an armchair while he sips on a 16-year-old Lagavulin whiskey and discusses Pynchon's V. "Now that I am nearly retired, I have the time to realize that McClintock Sphere's character is a clear metaphor for fantasiacal racial tension." The mind boggles. But do you know what the absolute worst part of this car crash of an advert is? They made Federer do the whole thing in shoes with no socks. Poor Roger.